Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our webinar today. I want to remind everyone of our Reliv mission, which of course is to nourish the world in body, mind and spirit. And today we have a great webinar lined up for you. But as usual, I again would like to share the 3-year vision for the Asia Pacific region. And of course that is to earn $1 million in sales per month from each of our markets. And as you all know, if Reliv itself is gaining $1 million in sales per month, then the active engaged distributors and leaders will also be working their way towards their financial independence and financial freedom, because they'll be making money as well. Our top priorities for 2013 of course have been and still are to increase our key performance indicators of sponsoring, sales, advancements and retention. And of course if they are on the move and they are moving in upward direction, then your business is going to be moving, and these are things that you should look at in your business. We're developing the brand awareness and been continually doing that throughout the year, as well as increasing our online capabilities, along with launching the shopping cart in a number of our markets just in the last week. We're implementing our social media strategy and advancing that through all of our markets, and we're starting to get some really good results from that. And of course our focus is on director level, which is where, as a leader, is where you start to build your organization. This week we're focusing on sponsoring as a follow-up from our prospecting webinar. And as mentioned in the prospecting webinar, it just takes 3 good people. And again, just as prospecting is a process, so too is sponsoring. It is a process, it's not an event. And of course when you're sponsoring, what you need to do is to have one-on-ones or two-on-ones with people, or you may meet in groups, and also there's meetings. But it's important to keep the activity up and meeting with people in just as small groups, so that everyone feels comfortable in the environment that they're in. Something that's absolutely critical, and I mentioned in the prospecting webinar, is you must learn how to present the business plan. You need to be able to share to people. If you want to sponsor enough people in your business to reach financial independence, you need to be able to show the business plan. It's absolutely critical. The point is, you don't have to worry about being perfect, because as the points here say, they've never seen it before. So people have no idea if you forget something or if you've made a mistake. No one understands it the first time, and that's a critical point that people need to understand. Nobody gets it all the first time. And so you need to be able to go over it again with them anyway, and confusion's okay, because with confusion comes questions. And with questions gives you an opportunity to speak with them again and to bring them along to a business presentation and to meet the leader in your group. It's important that you understand that the whole sponsoring process is non-manipulative. It's all about agreement. One of the really key questions you can ask people is, isn't that right? So when someone's talking to you and you're asking them questions and they start to tell you about how they're unhappy at work, repeat back to them what they've said to you and just add on, isn't that right? So someone says, I'm so sick of working with my boss, he just gets me down. Some days I don't like going to work. And so what you should do is repeat to them, say, you know what, a lot of people are in that boat, and I hear what you're saying, and you really don't want to go to work because you just really find it hard to get on with your boss. Isn't that right? And of course what you're doing is you're validating what they're saying and reinforcing it with them as you go through. Because remember, with the sponsoring process, there's nothing to sell and there's nothing to decide. It's really simply they choose to try it or they don't. That's all it comes down to. So don't put pressure on yourself thinking you have to be this schmicko salesperson. You don't need to. And when you're showing the plan, it's really important that you regularly attend business opportunity meetings and bring guests. Absolutely critical that you do that. Be prepared to help show parts of the business presentation. Offer your services to show small parts of it, because that's how you get better at it. Write tips on note cards if you need to. Present to yourself. Stand in front of the mirror and present to yourself. Record yourself presenting and listen to yourself. Listen back to yourself. And it's very, very important to follow up with your prospects and use the presentation booklet. Practice on your spouse, your partner, your upline. Practice on every single person you can, on your relatives even, because you never know, you may end up sponsoring them by accident. And with one-on-ones, use a notepad or use a flip chart, whatever you need to do, whatever works best for you, whatever you're comfortable with. Use a laptop if you want to. Use an iPad. Use your iPhone. or your Android, use a tablet. But show it every day until you're good. Just keep showing it. And whatever way works best for you, keep doing it and get better at. Just do it over and over and over. It is really a simple equation. The key is when you're talking to people and you're wanting to sponsor them, one of the things that you need to know is, can they lead you to the right people? Because if you want them to become a distributor and they're interested in becoming a distributor, you need to see how they think along the lines of introducing people. So talk to them straight away. The very first thing you should do with someone is get their list. They should write down a list of just 20 people. That's all you're looking for, 20 people. Anyone can come up with a list of 20 people in a very short period of time with just a little bit of prompting if required. But it is important that you understand that for someone to be a distributor, they need to have the desire to go out there and talk to people. And if they're not going to do that, if they don't want to talk to people, if they don't think they have people, but they do, trust me, everyone has people. But if they're not interested in being a distributor, well, let them be a preferred customer, because some people just want to buy the product. And we actually know that 70 to 80% of people who join this industry are only joining it because they want to buy the product at wholesale. And we have the preferred custom process or preferred customer status for exactly that reason. See, when you're sponsoring someone, it's important to determine if they are coachable and they're right for the business and right for your business. You know, sometimes you might get caught up in the hype and think, oh, this person's fantastic. But, you know, sometimes you need to sit back and think, is this person going to fit with the culture in my organization? Is this person the right fit with me? Because I know a lot of people who've made that mistake over time. Never let greed get a hold of you. You've got to determine if the business is going to work for them. And that all just comes down to talking to people. You talk to people and you find out what they want, find out what their desires are. How big is their want? How big is their why? Get to their why, because that's a critical point of bringing someone on board as a distributor. If someone's going to be successful in our business, they have to have a strong why and they have to emotionally connect with that why. And again, if that doesn't fit with them, enroll them as preferred customers. Because really, there is no decision. It's just about trying the products, because we know even that a lot of people come on board just trying the products and then become distributors down the line because they find they're getting such great results that people are asking them and then they're sharing their story, and before they know it, they're starting to bring people on board. And that's okay for people to come in that way as well. But it's absolutely imperative that people try the product, because that is the key, because someone cannot be a distributor in our business and with hand on heart go out there and talk to people if they are not a product of the product. That is a really critical point. And you know what? You might get asked some questions like this one. Is this an MLM? Don't flinch. Don't worry about it when someone asks you that. Ask them, have you had experience with MLM? And based on that experience, you know, what did you like most? Keep it on the positive. Don't fear this question. Don't fear what people are going to come back with you at. Expect positive. Ask them, what did you like the most? And if they didn't have experience with MLM, ask them, why did they ask the question? What is their understanding of MLM? And then regardless of what they say, well, you know, I'm an independent distributor with Reliv, and you tell them your story again. And it's really simple. So you stay on message of what you want to get across and stay positive. Other people might say, I just don't have the time. Well, you know what? You need to acknowledge that comment, that that's how they feel, and just validate them. You know what? Today, everyone seems to have little or no spare time. But isn't that the very reason you should take a serious look? Because if you've got no spare time, how are you going to improve your life? And wouldn't an extra $1,500 a month make a difference? It's how you respond to people. That's the key. And that's just the getting started point of it. These are just prompters to help you along the way. People say, I just don't have the money. Say, well, you know what, this is really an issue because it doesn't take huge capital to start your Reliv business. You can quickly earn back your initial investment, and the benefits you're going to receive, the results you're going to get from taking the products are going to be easily seen within the first 30 to 90 days. So really, money's not an issue because I can show you how you can make back your investment very quickly. And then, of course, I have to talk to my spouse. Well, you know what? Again, don't see it as a negative. Don't feel trepidation about it. Say, that's a good idea. When would be a good time for the three of us to get together? Because if someone's saying that to fob you off, Well, qualify them. One of the things that people don't do is they don't qualify people enough when they're sponsoring. You need to qualify people. You need to find out, are they being serious? Is that true that they need to speak to their spouse, or are they just saying it to get away from you? So when would be a good time for the three of us to get together? And then if your spouse likes the business, is there any reason you wouldn't go ahead? Qualify people. Don't be scared to put people on the spot and qualify them, because you're better off to find out no from someone up front than to waste your time when them saying yes, 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 no. And be wary of people who say yes, 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 because they've got a no in there somewhere. You're better off having someone going, I don't know, or no, 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 and you can, and coming up with objections, because it means that they're interested. At least they're being upfront. You can talk to them, find out what they want. As you answer their objections, as you answer their questions, you're getting closer and closer and closer to them coming on board. So, how much are you earning? Well, that's a good question. You know, what type of monthly income would make a difference in your life? And if they say something that you're earning, that's great, yes. You know, I'm earning that, or I earn more than that. But if you're not earning something and they say, well, you know what? I'm not long in the business, I'm not earning that yet, but I can introduce you to someone who is and make a three-way call to your upline. And remember, three-way calls are there to help, your upline's there to help, and it's part of our Reliv success system to make your three-way calls with your upline. It is absolutely a powerful way to get through a question like this. And of course, the question, talking to your upline on a three-way call also gets them to validate you, and also they can give their story. And someone says, let me think about it. This is a great one. Let me think about it. Well, there's really no decision. Just choose to work with me at Reliv. The only risk is not trying. And the other question, the other answer to that is, someone says, oh, let me think about it. What is it you'd like to think about? Don't be scared to ask that question. Oh, look, I just need to think about it. What is it you need to think about? Call them out. Qualify them. Don't let people fob you around. It's important to move forward, to qualify people. So does this involve sales? Well, only in the fact that people buy products from you, which is how you earn money. But all you really need to do is share your story and the story of others. That's all I've done. That's all I've done here today. You know, I haven't tried to sell you. All I'm doing is giving you information, telling you about the products, telling you about my story, and letting you make a decision. Because I tell you what, it's really simple. With sponsoring, it's the same as prospecting. Prospecting and sponsoring, we should never stop doing it. Never. No matter where we are in the business, we should regularly bring people to meetings and onto webinars. I can't stress enough or emphasize enough how important it is to bring people to meetings and to webinars and to get them onto webinars. Because by bringing people to meetings, get them onto webinars, you feel successful and you get an energy surge from it. And that gives you motivation and inspiration to go on and do it more, and you're leading by example with your group, with the distributors in your group. And remember the old axiom that 100% of the people you bring show up. So if you can pick up people and bring them to a bums on seat meeting, do so. With a webinar, give them a call before the webinar's on, 10 minutes before it starts, ring them up. Hey, hi, I'm just making sure you can log in. Why don't we'll log in together on the phone now. When the webinar's finished, I'll call you back and we'll talk about what you like the most. So just remember, as I mentioned right at the beginning of this presentation today, sponsoring is a process. It's not an event. It's not a one-off thing that you do. It's a process you're taking people through. It's a process that you're going through, and it's an ongoing process that you keep doing over and over and over again. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So let's just go through some ignition updates. As you saw on the slide earlier, my name's Birch. I am the sales manager for Reliv Australia New Zealand, and I'll be doing a meeting down in Campbelltown on the 25th of September at the Ingleburn RSL, and I really look forward to meeting all the people of Sydney down there at that event. And there's a really big event happening in the Philippines. Dr. Alfredo Galvez, the one and only man who discovered the health properties of Lunacin, who works with Reliv, will be in the Philippines on these dates at these venues. And if you know anyone at all in the Philippines, get them along to these venues and to these events. This is going to be two sensational events that you really do not want anyone you know in the Philippines missing out on. This is really worth going to see. Of course, our Australia-New Zealand conference is just around the corner on the 11th and 12th of October. Take the lead. And what we need is we need all of you to keep on coming down. We need every single person who sign up as a distributor part of the process to register them for the event, get their airfares, get their accommodation, get them to the conference. There's very limited tickets left for the awards dinner on the Saturday night, but there is room in our big room for more people to attend the conference. So make sure you get there if you haven't already booked, and tell everybody in your downline and keep spreading the word, because this will change your life. This will change the way you look at your business, and this will change the way you're inspired about your business. Remember, be on the lookout every Monday for our webinars via email and Facebook, where the links are. And you know what? Get out there and ignite your business. So thanks everyone for being on today, and look forward to speaking to you again soon.